Welcome to The Story Tinker, a Webtoons and Witcher podcast for superfans with scene-by-scene analysis. Featuring sharp co-hosts for a fuller picture, we dive deep into character psychology, relationships, and theories. We'd love it if you could like, subscribe, comment, and rate us on all podcast platforms and social media. For bonus content, you can support The Story Tinker on Patreon. Let's begin. Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of In the Bleak Midwinter Season 2, Death Wish. And we are here with Tiff and Tyler from BeMyFriend podcast. They are waving for those of you who are not watching.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I need to remember that this is not just an visual.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been doing that every time. I'm just like, wave.
Right.
No one can hear
that's
me.
right.
Hello.
Well, apparently more people watch it now on YouTube than listen to it on the podcast platforms, which was
that's
it
awesome.
wasn't that way in the beginning. It was more on podcast platforms, and but now it flipped. So yeah,
Nice.
most likely people are seeing you.
Well then, hello.
All right. Well, as we said in the last 3 episodes, Tiff and Tyler had a podcast called BeMyFriend, and it's about webtoons, and it's hilarious. And Tyler has her own channel too, 𝗪𝗁𝗲 TV, and links will be below, and check them out.
Thank you guys.
All right. So Death Wish. We by the way, we didn't talk about the music, but there's music for like all these episodes, and it's really, really nice.
Oh yeah.
And I think Emily Evans did this most recent one,
Yep, she did.
if I recall correctly. And credit to her. You can follow her on Instagram. And I always enjoy seeing that, how, like, what she does. And it's like so cool. Like her her excitement is contagious.
It is.
And it's really nice. I know it's like so cool to be working on something that you love so much. And now it's like your music is in there.
I know. She was excited for this one. I know that. And yeah.
So good for her.
I was
So
happy
music
for her
is
because it's good. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have looks like the prison cell, and we have Omega, and everything's like blurry, and he's being held by those chains. You know, it's hilarious. I was gonna say _𝗵𝗫 because that's like what holds the mages in The Witcher. Totally not related. Not _𝗵𝗫. What's the word?
What is this stuff? I don't actually remember.
Is it the substance that they need? What is it? I forgot what it's called. I don't know. I think it also starts with a D. That's why I was mixing it up. Substance that they need to live, but also can hurt them. Wow. I don't know if what it's called.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think it's with a D. All right, it'll come to me. But he looks like he's basically being tortured.
Yeah.
And he's scratching his eyebrows and opening his eyes, which are now red, very, very glowy red.
He looks so good. Don't even get me started.
Yeah. I've come to appreciate him more. In the beginning, I was just an Ivan stan, and now I'm coming to appreciate Omega. So, and he's being asked, why do you fight so hard? You can't stop it. And it's that race. And she says, with every dose, every extraction, you weaken. And he's just determined. His eyebrows are furrowed. He does not want to give in. And she says, and eventually there'll be nothing left. Okay, we look like you have thoughts or feelings.
It's just hilarious that she thinks she can take Omega out. That's my only thought.
Yeah. You're very
Delta's gonna appear and just like she's just gonna explode. I don't know.
I love the episode when she has Ivan chained up and she's trying to get stuff out of Ivan and to join her, and he just like puts her down so hardcore.
Yes.
And it was amazing. And she even brought up like killing Misha, and he's just like, nah, Delta's gonna come in here and like wreck you, and that's why you don't have Delta right now, because you're scared of Delta. I was just like, whoa. Like, you go.
Yeah. I kind of love these moments when she is trying to extract anything out of either of them, because they're both just like, nah, F you.
You're right. I know, but it's so true though. I feel like she took Omega for multiple reasons, but I do think she is scared of Delta.
Oh yeah, and he's like the more compliant one, but it's so silly because he is also like Omega is also Delta's #1. Like, if you touch my brother, I will destroy you and leave nothing of you behind. So I'm just like, you're really messing with something there, but okay. Okay, Wraith Lady.
Yeah.
Does she have a name? Because I forgot. I should have.
She does.
Oh yeah, they say it soon. They say it soon.
Good.
And he's, kind of like crouching on this grate. He's being held by his wrists, and he doesn't say anything, but he's sweating, so he's clearly in pain. And she looks mad. She's very mad. She says, that brother of yours is rather persistent. For machines, you are irritatingly close. So annoying, like putting them down again, right? Like not acknowledging that they have any humanity at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Omega does look fantastic, by the way.
God, he
I
looks
agree.
so good. I was wrong. They don't say her name in this episode. It was in Ivan's. I'll go find it while you continue.
Oh, that's right. It starts with a J, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm thinking Yelena, but I know it's the other one. And she says, she's just upset. He's not saying anything, but finally he says, and what are you, foolish? And he's like, oh, he speaks, thank goodness. I was just starting to worry you were just a dull boy who doesn't know how to have any fun. She's like clapping her hands because she's like a little sicko. It's like, but if we're chit-chatting, he's just angry. I'm something different. She's pointing at herself, and yeah, we're wondering, right? She's like, something new, something that was self-made. And she's doing some more buzzing. And they're, a really not fun looking self. He's just staring at her. She's staring at him. They're both red-eyed. And then finally she says, I waited for a very long time for this moment, both for your family to die out, scatter, leaving you weakened, for the opportunity to create weapons that could bring you down, poison you while I learned the secrets of how you were made, sacrificed and sacrificed just to be here. More like you than the last time we met, and you know why. Huh, history keeps bringing us together, doesn't it? All right, what? What's this history?
I think that Omega killed her dad. That's what I think.
Everyone goes, we're like, somehow this goes back to one of them killed a family member.
Well, she talks to Ivan about how her dad was killed. And
that's right.
Yeah. And so then she says to Omega, it's so funny how history keeps bringing us back together.
Yeah.
So we know that her and Omega were together at some point, and I'm assuming he is the one that murdered her dad. So I'm assuming, and her dad is crazy because we get that flashback where he's like, this world doesn't need dreamers.
Oh yeah, that was what I was on, because I found her name was Yelena.
Thanks.
It
does sound like Alina, by the way.
I was just on there. And also it's 𝗪𝗪𝗀.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
lions and sheep. That's how like her dad described it. Lion and sheep. And then
it seems like he experimented on her.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, it's making her more like him. So it's like not part, I don't know, is she part android also? It's like
but self-inflicted. Like she's doing that, I guess, to take over the war. And I guess that's why Ivan's like, I'm not, then you're just gonna do what they're doing. Like you're gonna do the same thing. Like you're gonna end them and then rule the world. So it's interesting. Another thing, like, so we have Delta, we have Alexi, and now we have her. And I feel like they're all their own little
right
corrupted self.
Yeah, exactly. They really are.
Yeah.
They all think like they're the
good ones.
They were the one who was wronged. They're the one who has the upper hand. Like they're the morally correct. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if Delta actually thinks he is, but you know.
Yeah, she also tells him like, you know why? So it's like, does he? Like, what does he know? We certainly don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
But the only time like he's been not reacting this whole time, but when she's like touching his chin, you know, like doing all these like invasive personal, you know, touches, and he finally like jerks his head and he says, do you expect an apology? Yeah, so that does show like he seems to have done something wrong to her.
Maybe they dated.
Well,
little ex-lover spat.
Yeah. That would explain the feelings.
They do both have those glowing red eyes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely it has to do with something with her father, though. Definitely, but I don't know what.
I wonder if her father was one of the scientists that worked in that lab.
I bet. That would make so much sense.
Oh my God, her dad seems like such a psycho, though.
He does, right? He doesn't seem like he'd be a normal scientist. He's like
No.
the underground hiding everything.
Yeah, they're all like trying to do whatever this is, and he's taking it 10 steps further than it needs to be taken.
Right.
Somewhere in like a shed.
No like institutional review board,
Right.
no ethical committee.
Yeah. I feel. Did you ever watch Pitch Perfect?
Yes.
And when that girl, she says, my dad always said, if you lose the first time, pack your bags and get out. I feel like that's like what her dad would say, because he's like, there's no dreamers in this world. There's only people that rule.
If at first you don't succeed, give up, get out of here.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that is her dad, and she's just like, he's right.
Exactly.
I must be a psycho and kill everyone now.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she has that psycho laugh right now. She's like, ah, ha, 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 ha. And she's like, no. She grabs his head and she stands up, right, to put herself back in a position of power because she was crouching before. She says, I expect you to die, Omega. Ooh. And when you do, I will hunt your brother down. This perspective, by the way, is a little manga-y, like with
this whole like
the next one.
scene right here is like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
And then that scene, I'm like, ooh.
Oh, but then she threatens his girl.
He's like, and then your sister. And whoever that girl is, and then I'll find her too. And then finally, he hasn't reacted this whole time, not for his brother, not for his sister. When he talks about Anya, he bares his teeth and he clanks his chains with his wrists. And he's like, and he's like, huh, you're a woman with a death wish. When I get out, I will destroy you. And if I fail, my siblings will not. You will never touch her.
I am a big Omega and Anya shipper. That's my ship. Ship. I don't ship her with Ivan. I love Ivan, but I don't ship them. So this was like everything to me.
Oh. Yes. I mean, man, if you need to know he likes her, this was it.
Oh, that was incredible. I'm like, yes, Omega, finally.
Right. He doesn't even know that he likes her, but
he's like, I'm
Yelena
killing you.
Right. And that was like the first time we kind of ever got a reaction, I think, from him towards Anya. Like, we get them talking in the house and him rescuing her and stuff, but he was always so monotone. That's how I read him anyways, like with very little emotion, because he was still so angry and confused. And I mean, that was the first time he was just like, nah, you're not touching Anya. So
I think those like last moments before they were both kind of taken in separate directions, those were so impactful to both of them in regards to each other. Like, they were so small, but they were so big.
Right.
It wasn't much, but it was enough that now they're like, whoa.
Right. They're connected.
There's a bond. I mean, there was a bond anyways, but
a soulmate bond, to be specific.
Yeah. Aside from they are actually each other's soulmate, but even beyond that, it's just.
I'm so curious by that too, if we're gonna learn why they're soulmates. Just because not everyone has a soulmate, I'm so confused why some people get soulmates and why some don't. And I mean, obviously he was human once, so I guess before he was turned into an android that he was given.
That's interesting because like, if let's say it's his self now, is it a human self? Like, is his personality, is it his human personality? Or meaning, like, is his androidness just like body parts and it's just physical? Or like, was his personality affected by being an android? Like, is he like a human Omega with body parts like of an android? Or is he formed as a person, as an identity?
That's how I take it. I take it that they are their human selves, and that they were just given android components. Because even thinking about their youngest sister there, I just imagine a lot of that was very personality based, prior to any sort of transition.
Mm.
Kind of like Cyborg from Teen Titans. That's what I imagine they are, because he has all that connected to his brain and everything, where he could change his eye vision and whatnot, but he's still human. That's how I imagine all of them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And he gets, well, and that's the thing. I would assume, even in our flashbacks showing Omega, he's always been pretty reserved. It's sort of like go with the flow. And I would imagine that must have just been his personality as a human as well. I did like that for sure. They were all human beforehand. That idea was really great to get that finally, because then I do wonder. I'm like, well, then what? Do the rest of them not have do the other ones have soulmates?
right. And I almost wonder if the soulmate thing isn't legit. Like, is that in their world? Was that there before all the robots and androids were created? Or was that part of like their scientific thing? I know they're born with it though, right? I'm just like confused.
I think it's like part, I mean,
Part of the world.
Yeah, I've taken it that way since the beginning. I didn't really, that's how I was, just to say, like, that was their world, is that they're born with
Right.
a soulmate timer sometimes.
Yeah,
Like, imagine like the person that doesn't get born with a soulmate. Like,
seems like most people don't. I think only a few people are.
right.
So it's like a
Ivan
special
doesn't.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, maybe more like 50-50. I don't know, but it's like definitely not everyone.
Yeah.
I'd feel so unlucky. I'd be like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm more with Ivan. I loved what Ivan said, where he's like, why are you gonna like dictate, your life according to like this thing on your finger, on your wrist? I like that. I don't necessarily think it's a real thing as a soulmate in real life. I think that there's any number of people that you could be, get along very well with, and you find them, and maybe you sometimes marry someone that you're not even super compatible with, but like that's the guy that you found, or like there's so many factors.
Whatever you find out there.
Right.
I take it in this world that there must be, that's the way I read this, was that is part of their world. There's someone out there for some people that there is like this very deep, I don't know, something there, and it's not the same as like our world. I just take it as this is their world, so they belong together because that's actually like a thing. But like in our world, I mean, I agree. I don't really think of it that way, but that's how I've kind of been operating with this story, is that it's some of them have that, and it's just some sort of deeper thing, be it wherever they came from in this other dimension. I don't know what's going on there.
And like Anya's, obviously she was born with such high numbers because her life knew that she was going to go to the future.
Yeah, that's true. It was correct. It was going to be 50 years because she was going to be, but there's no way of knowing that when you're younger. You're like, I'm not going to be my soulmate till I'm 50.
Right.
But in all reality, it's like, oh no, I'm actually still going to be young. I just got frozen and then died a bunch. No big deal.
Right.
Things you would not expect. All right. So she's like, you care for her. She's like, good deductive skills, Yelena. And he just like refuses to answer. She's like, good. You can watch her die.
She's so scary.
Like, then we'll be even. So yeah, it does make it seem like Omega caused someone close to her to die. Maybe either father, maybe a lover. I don't know. Because the lover would be like exactly equivalent, but someone close. She walks over. It looks like this table, looks like a torture table. It's just filled with instruments. And she takes out a syringe and she's like, What is she like? How like salivating over like this next
Probably.
Yeah.
He's like looking at her from the side. She's once again tapping it, and he's like, what are you doing to me? And she said, learning you. And she inserts the syringe in his neck. He's like jolted, inserts it. It's like fissuring all over the place. And she says, how to strip those inbuilt defenses your mother so painstakingly instilled in all of you. He's grimacing. Studying your dead siblings certainly helped.
That's so messed up.
Okay, so how old is she? And because I feel like it sounds like their siblings died relatively early in the war. Maybe not all of them. Maybe only Zeta was the first one. I don't know.
I think she was as old as 𝗪𝘁, I'm getting at, because when she had the conversation with Ivan, she said she was older, like older than Ivan. She was like, you were probably a boy when this war started. You probably don't remember. I was 20. She said she was 20 when the war started. Yep. So I feel like maybe her and 𝗪𝘁 around the same age, because then 𝗪𝘁 would be the new general about that time. You know.
Right.
But like, where would she have gotten their bodies? And if so, was she
one of the people who killed?
Yeah, like, was she one of the people that killed them? Yeah.
It's gross. I don't know. And what right, I don't understand her, like, what's her objective, what's her mission, what's her motivation, where's she come from, what's she doing, like, she's an enigma.
Questions.
Out of the three of them, I think she is the most unhinged.
Oh yeah.
𝗪𝘁 and then her, it's definitely
it's true. She's like the real psycho of the bunch. And she's got some tough competitors too, so like that's saying something. When you're up against 𝗪𝘁 and Delta and you're somehow the worst one, like, whoa.
I want them all to walk in a room together and just be like, hey.
Yeah, what's up, my unhinged homies?
Yep. And yeah, and Omega's like, what did you say? Because he did not know this. And then it's like, warning, urgent, system damage detected, error, and he's fishing out, warning, force system shutdown in. And then she says, don't let the bed bugs bite, sweetie. He is blanking out. It's all in red, and it's like one. Boom.
Omega
is out.
Oh, it's so hard to watch him. Just
being tortured. Wait, so we know your ship is Omega and Anya. Tiff, we didn't hear your ship.
I'm an Ivan shipper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ivan's my man. I mean, sometimes I just like a character and don't ship them with the main character. But I do ship them together. I love the first time they met. I love how Ivan always stuck up for her. I love how he like had that conversation about how you don't really need a soulmate, and then her and 𝗪𝘁 and about the tree, and I don't know, I just like their whole dynamic. That means one of them has to die though, so
no.
That's the only way. Someone has to perish.
No, they could just like say, hey, this isn't gonna work out, like, and they find someone else.
Yeah, I guess
this isn't gonna work. No, someone has to die.
No,
like a Sean and Ian type of scenario, I guess. But
is that from Boy Meets World?
No, Siren's Lament.
Oh, that, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So funny. I was like,
it could be like them.
Yeah, that was an interesting. I liked how that worked out, by the way, because I was like, how are they going to resolve this? How is she going to resolve this?
Right.
And yeah, it was good.
I mean, she definitely cut the cord so much for me that I was like, yeah, they definitely can't be together now. So unless they do that with Ivan, I don't know. I will ship them to the very end. Aww. And I'll feel bad when, whoever. I like Omega too. I just don't have a connection because they didn't really have that bonding time yet. I'm sure when they do, I will start to get more confused of who she should be with. But
so I started out very strongly on Ivan's side. I didn't connect to Omega at all. I was like, he's so flat, doesn't have personality, doesn't do anything. But now I'm more in favor of him. But honestly, I'm fine either way. I'm like, I have this with a lot of webtoons. I'm like, whatever, either way, it's fine. I'm happy. I enjoy reading it. I like any romance. I'm like, it'll be good.
Yeah, I think ultimately I'm kind of the same. I ship Omega and Anya, and I think it's also because I'm just kind of a stickler for, I'm like, this is a soulmate thing. Yeah. They need to be together. So like as soon as I saw it, I'm like, well, look, I'm already done. Sign the line. That's who I'm shipping. However, I agree. I'm sure the story can be told in a way that if it goes the other way, I'm still gonna be like, yes. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, yeah, I ship it, but I could easily see it going the other way and me accepting it and thinking it's great.
Right.
Whatever that means about
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I could see Ivan risking his life
Yes.
for Anya.
Sure.
And
And
maybe
then-
he could have been the soulmate, but that's why he wasn't. By
Right.
nature and by fate. Like, because obviously your future is kind of determined in some weird way, whatever does this. So
Yeah.
Huh.
If he doesn't end up with her, I'm okay. I just, I hope it's like, and I know the creators will do it beautifully because they write Ivan so well. So
they do. They do.
whatever his ending is, I'm okay with it. It's just, could end up with me. I don't care.
Exactly.
Right.
Right, Tiff, into the story. We got this. That's my thing. I'm like, yeah, but it's kind of like I Love You. I can't ship anyone with Noel because I'm like, Noel is for Tiff.
It just happens. Yeah.
Maybe that's what's happening. I'm like, Ivan can't be with somebody else. Ivan needs to be a single character.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. Ivan he battles with Youngie's spot on my list. So
Oh yeah.
he does.
Wow, that's pretty high up there then.
It is.
Yeah. Actually, for a long time, Ivan was my ideal webtoon husband. And now I think Kieran's finally winning out because he reads. Ivan has a lot of good qualities.
Yeah, if
like,
Kieran was gonna win, now is the time. It makes sense.
Yeah, I love it, like intellectual men. That's like literally my number one thing. So Ivan hasn't shown himself to read yet. So I'm like, Kieran's gotta win. He has a whole house full of books.
He does.
But and then personality wise, Ivan is like loyal, he's brave, he's intelligent, he's action oriented, he's sensitive, he's caring, he is responsible. I mean, like, oh my god, like the list just goes on and on. I love him. Like,
he is great.
Yeah,
he is great.
I'm so happy that I had a theory that when we came back from hiatus that he was gonna be part droid, that she was gonna operate on Ivan, and he was gonna be channeled to be evil, like programmed to be evil, but it wasn't gonna really be him. I'm so happy that didn't happen.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. I'm really glad that it's like the PETA thing in the Hunger Games. I'm really glad that didn't happen.
Yes, that's what I thought was gonna
that would have been so sad.
Like it wouldn't have been him, but he would have been programmed.
Oh, that would have been so hard to watch. Oh,
that's a good one. Yeah,
it could still happen.
Well,
don't hold your breath.
Maybe. I'm so excited to see what happens next. It's there's a lot of good drama, good excitement.
There is.
They're doing a good job too at balancing, because we're in 3 different places right now. So we're with Omega and Ivan, then we're with Delta and Anya, and then we're with Luca. So they're doing a good job at keeping it circulated and well balanced. So
yeah, and some flashbacks too. More flashbacks, the better.
Yeah.
More flashbacks, the better.
No, it's great. It's great. I'm loving it.
Awesome. Well, do we have any final parting words? I guess maybe your favorite panel of the last couple. I don't know. I forgot to ask for every episode, but some favorite panels that jumped out at you. Let's say in this episode.
Definitely the one where she just at the end of this last episode where she was actually putting that 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 in him. I think that's really well illustrated. I think that's beautiful. I mean, it's horrible, but that, and like back at the beginning of when we were reading 5, where Anya and her sister, that dream.
Oof.
Yeah,
that was really incredible art.
Really, yeah.
I
think in this episode, my favorite is when he says, "You'll never touch her."
Yes,
I mean, it's beautiful, and then the sentiment expressed is like, okay.
Yeah. I like the episode or the scene where Delta talks about Zeta to Anya. I like that.
Yes.
I like that scene with them 2 looking and then realizing all of their losses and how hurtful it was to both of them. So
yeah, that's a beautiful sequence of panels between the 2 of them.
Yeah. But I have to say, in season 2, my favorite episode right now is Remembrance right now. That's like hands down, that's my favorite. I like that one. And then my favorite of Ivan's that right behind you right there.
It's amazing.
That's pretty good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, they both Omega and Anya, Omega and Ivan have this frontal shot of like intense eyes, or like protect Anya, or like don't give up.
Yes, and they will.
I love them. They're determined. We like the determined people.
I'm glad they're back. They came back with a bang, so congrats.
Yeah, I was really nervous that they wouldn't ever come back. I was like, no, I love it so much. They have to come back.
I know. It was a very long hiatus, and it was worth the wait.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm happy it's back again. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, unless y'all have more things to say, I think we can wrap up. And thank you so much for coming. It was so lovely. It was so nice to discuss.
Thank you for having us. Seriously, it's great. It's been a while since we've done long form talking about a webtoon. We're like, wow.
I'm so happy that that you joined me, and I love every time that we get together, which is, it's only been the second time, but yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I will see y'all on the webs.
Of course.
All right, see you. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you to my current patrons: Suzie, LadyLibris, Lily, Jenny, Molly, Veronica, Emily, Jo Rochelle, Saucy Tuggles, Anne Rose, Alexa, Misty, Joanne, 𝗵𝗂𝗃, Esther, 𝗵𝗂𝗃 Emily, Jean, Jen, Erin, Kay, Lily Beckett, Christine, Sadie, Kelly, Teresa, Mrs. Castaldo. Your support is truly appreciated.